Hey everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk with our candidates for my next tabletop campaign, the Mass Effect tabletop campaign. I am here joined with Eric. Eric, say hi to the audience.
Hello, audience.
And Eric and I, we're just hanging out, we're just getting to know each other, and we're gonna have ourselves a little fun. Sounds good to you, Eric?
Awesome.
Awesome, cool. So let's get right into it. What is it about the Mass Effect universe or franchise that interests you?
Really like just the diversity, like all the different lives that are kind of like seeing them all interact and just kind of this mass environment. It's not just kind of restricted to just kind of like one area. It's all different planets, all across different life, just how different people interact. And
What is it about tabletop gaming or role playing that interests you?
it's always been something that I've been interested in. I've actually never done it before. I've never really had many people who are interested into the tabletop thing, so it's just something that I'm very like curious and wanted to kind of try my hand in something like that. The video games are never actually gone into rolling the dice, playing out like role playing your character out like that. So it's just a new experience is something that I'm like really looking forward to trying.
Why do you believe that you would be a good fit for my DMing style?
I do try to kind of like think how the characters would act.
Mhm.
I know one of my friends that I play with does kind of like these survivor type games, and one of his series you play as animated characters, and I play from time to time. Pick the character and just think, kind of like I usually go for the over extraordinary or the big personalities instead, because that's something that I can grab to and just go with it. So
Okay.
again, I'd be able to just kind of like, all right, have a personality to go with and just go with that personality and kind of help with that is how I would act, or in how the character would act.
What do you believe would make you a good person to play with?
I think that I'd be someone who I'm pretty good at, just trying to think of all different aspects. Even if I may not agree with one thing, I'm able to try to think how they're coming across from it and understand where a character might be playing it. You can understand where people come from, where how they would act their character. I think maybe if my character doesn't necessarily agree with it, I think I would understand it. Like in playing Dragon Age Inquisition, Vivian. She's one of those characters I don't agree with, but I can understand where she comes from, and I definitely someone who I have respect for. I think it's just being able to respect how people make that decision, how they act. I may not always agree with how the people play, but I can respect, and that's what it is. It's all about giving everyone that sense of respect.
All right, so we're going to move on and we're going to role play.
With my male quarian, it almost seems like kind of the default that they would be very like engineer, like specialized in machinery. When I was thinking of my character, where he came from, I was thinking with his backstory, he's on his pilgrimage. Probably bring a bit of my own self in it. Like my quarian would be working at maybe at a planet's hospital, kind of thinking that working there, he'd be able to gain schematics, something to help bring back to the fleet. So maybe if he was on a ship, he would actually kind of like be more in the medical bay, thinking of kind of technology to kind of work with better healing or kind of like improving the medical equipment there.
Okay. You finally reach the office. There is a lady at the front desk. She looks up, gives you a warm smile as she greets you and says, "Yes, can I help you, sir?"
Uh, yes, I'm here to meet Mr. Liam.
"Please follow me," and she will escort you. Escort you down the hallway. For our viewers, could you, Eric, please describe for us Freer's a physical description of your character, including his race?
My character, male quarian, I I would kind of the traditional kind of bodysuit that he would have. His like it's the build that you would see him in. Seeing is he would be kind of the infiltrator, kind of that rogue combat thing. I would imagine he's got to have some muscle on him so that he'd be able to have that kind of body armor. So I would say a pretty good upper body strength, but not overly buff. Still kind of that mix between muscular and slender.
Toned, would you say?
That'd be a pretty good.
Toned. Okay.
Yes, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good.
Mr. Freer, I've been expecting you. Welcome. And he walks over to you and holds out a hand to shake.
Oh, yeah. I think he'd be very still nervously shake, but yeah, definitely like, try to give a good shake. Oh, thank you.
Now, he says, no need to be nervous.
Oh, I definitely appreciate the opportunity you're giving me here, sir.
Perhaps if I were to offer you a drink to help calm your nerves, what would you say is your beverage of choice, Mr. Freer?
I know both the quarians and Turians have to be careful with the.
If we were to say it was the quarian version of this drink, what would you say? The quarian version of.
Let's see, with this character, he probably wouldn't want to be like ask too much. He probably would just go like straight for kind of like the water version, just something that that wouldn't be too out of the way. Just water, just kind of that'd be good. Something that so he wouldn't just be rejecting it, but nothing that would be out of the way.
Bottled, tap, or sparkling?
Oh, bottle would be good.
Yeah, I think as a quarian, bottled would be good. As a quarian.
Yeah.
Jeanette, he says as he snaps his fingers, and his assistant emerges from the adjoining room, and she says, "Yes, Mr. Musey, please kindly get my quarian friend here a bottle of water from the kitchen." "Certainly, Mr. Musey."
Can I have a straw too? There's a straw with that too.
There should be some straws to help you. So she goes in. All right, Mr. Freer, let's get down to business, shall we? So, it says here that you have had a background as both in the medical and in infantry. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Which one came first?
I would say, I guess it was the infantry. That was, I honed my skills on the fleet. That was, that's where I got my skills there. And then it was once I left for my pilgrimage was when I kind of started developing my medical knowledge.
What led you to decide on an occupation in infantry on the fleet?
It's always just, it's good to have being able to kind of like go in. Not too many people see quarians as well off as other people do. So being able to kind of like go into certain areas undetected and not have to worry about getting kind of the unsavory eyes from people. But yeah, kind of like go in, do what you need to do, and get out without having to raise any red flags has always been nice. Avoiding confrontation at all possibilities is always best.
So, once you started your pilgrimage, what led you to medicine then?
I imagine with my character, he's very kind of also interested in. He definitely likes the romance novels and the romance like vids. Mostly because he likes that. He wants to have that kind of connection, but he keeps himself distant because he had a bad experience on the fleet of like when he shared his suit to someone, he got extremely sick. In character, due to my own experiences, I understand kind of the virility of my people. I hope that through my pilgrimage, I can find some way to better us, either in giving us better knowledge of medical equipment or being able to find research to up our immune systems.
What are you trying to get out of your experience with this crew?
For me, it's being able to just kind of, it's that sense of experience, and obviously I'm still on that hunt for what I need to bring back to my pilgrimage. If I happen to bring it on this mission, that would be wonderful. It's just that constant, like, hunting, just looking for that, what I think would be best to bring back to my people. And it's that kind of that journey, and if I find it, that would be great. I will definitely stick through this mission to the very end, and if I happen to find, if I happen to find what I need on this journey, then I will complete my work with you guys, and then and make my way back to my fleet.
I would like to pose a couple of hypothetical questions, if you will.
Okay.
Let us say that you, in fact, do end up getting selected for this position, and you do join this crew on this ship. Let's say that this ship crash lands in a foreign planet of which neither you nor anyone in the crew is particularly familiar with. The ship is in need of great repair, and the only way you can do that is if you venture out and search for supplies. So you, your captain, and a few members of the crew, armed members of the crew, go off into the wilderness. While you're in the wilderness, you are attacked and held up by a band of bandits. A dozen of which are Vorcha, half of which with pistols, the other half with assault rifles. One massive berserking Krogan with a shotgun. One Asari, whom, as far as you can tell, is unarmed. And
No biotics.
And off the corner of your eye, you sense the small red dot that's hovering right on the forehead of your captain. What do you do at this point?
Quick dive and quick push him out of the way so the dot wouldn't hit. That would be my first instinct. Quick hit, because we don't want him to die.
So let's say you successfully manage to save the life of your captain. The sniper fires and misses, and combat now begins between you and the bandits. At this point, which member of the bandits team do you focus on first?
I think as the infiltrator, you get access to the sniper, so I'd bring out my own sniper and I would go after the sniper first. Trying to take a shot at the captain. I'll be able to try to pinpoint where he is. Be able to.
And just so I fully understand, what is the reasoning behind you specifically looking for the sniper?
Because he obviously knows he was able. I think he's gunned for our captain. He's got to go. He's going after our big guy. So take out the one who seems like he's going to be. Snipers are deadly. Gotta get them out.
Let's say that with your great marksmanship, you are able to eventually locate the position of the sniper, and you do manage to incapacitate him. At that point, what is then your next priority?
Either between the Krogan or the Asari, because I imagine the other crew member would be able to at least hold up their own against kind of the Vorcha.
Yes. The Krogan at this point is using a combination of firing from a shotgun and charge rushing for your crew members. The Asari is using her biotics very skillfully to protect the fire onto the Vorcha.
Okay. In that case, I'd go after the Asari because it seems like she's a support character who's kind of like bringing up shields, protecting the group. So she's again try to snipe for her next.
Let's say that between you and your crew and captain, you are able to overpower this group of bandits, and the bandits decide to give up, raise their hands, and they surrender. If it were up to you and not the captain, what would you have happen next?
I would be more on the side of mercy. This person would probably be more Paragon. He would say that I would take these up with the authorities, have these guys picked up and have them tried.
So you would take them prisoner.
There's no sense in bloodshed, any more bloodshed than needs to be.
So let's say, Mr. Freer, that you are a doctor at a top hospital. as a doctor for this hospital, you have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in urgent critical condition. They are in urgent need of organ transplants. You can't help them, though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without being given a particular medicine, a medicine that you do possess, that you can administer. But the 6th patient, if the 6th patient dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of patient number 6, who, by the way, is a registered organ donor. What do you do, Mr. Freer?
This one's a toughie. This one is definitely a toughie. I don't like the idea of just writing this person off just to kind of benefit the rest. It definitely is a toughie. I was just thinking of my other characters, how they would do, and they would be, I think the other two, without thought, they would have done, they would just easily, for the needs of the many, go for the other ones, but I don't think you can just completely write this person off just to think it would be just completely write this person off for the sake of being able to save so many people. But I guess in that situation, it's sad, but I think he's gonna end up having to do that. Oh my goodness. This one is a very tough question. You have to kill off the 6 to save the 5, I think. Let's try to save as many people as possible. That's what you got to do. It sucks. It sucks in that kind of situation. I know there's going to be a lot of drawbacks, definitely for the families of the 6th person. They'll be angry. There's going to be emotions. Of course, there's also the families of the 5 that would be upset too. It's just a terrible decision.
It is.
Again, no right or wrong, but I think in a situation like that, whatever would help as many people as possible.
I have one more question for you, Mr. Freer, if you will. The question is, red, blue, or green?
He'd be kind of. I think he would be confused. Like, what? Is there any? Oh well. Well, I like blue. It's the color of my suit, so I'll go with blue.
You go with blue because it's the color of your suit. Very well. All right.
Yay! Sure.
I just need you to do one more thing for me, Mr. Fear, before you leave. I would like for you to turn to the camera. This is going to be recorded. It's sent directly to the captain and crew of the ship. Please send them your personal final pitch as to why they should select you to be part of their crew.
Well, I think you should pick me because I definitely would be someone who's going to be there for the team. I'm going to definitely have your backs, look up for you guys, look for all the kind of dangers that I can, provide whatever support I can give you guys.